Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Donahue from the Driver's Apex. This is going to be a different episode today. Something new for me. I've never separated and basically rebuilt two-piece or three-piece wheels. That's what we're going to do because we've lost faith in the wheel shop, as did the tire shop. I think it's easier now at this point for me to just step in and do it myself. I think there are people that are willing to help me, so that's going to be really important. I've got two wheels that we're going to send out to the shop. Tire shop's going to come on Monday, separate the tires from the wheels, then I'll break the wheels down. But the other two wheels, we're going to include that in this episode here, is I'm going to start removing bolts and start polishing the lips. And then when the other two wheels are separated, I'll have the lips completely separated, which means I can go ahead and just polish the lips completely. So follow along. This is what we're going to do. This is where it's more important than ever that people drop comments. So what I'm going to do is probably do one wheel, post, see what the comment section say. We'll spend some time on Google as well. If anyone has any advice, anything like that, drop it in the comment section. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I think it's really important. Helps me learn. I think that's really, really important. Helps the channel grow. So definitely looking forward to that. So let's keep growing this channel, guys. Okay, so let's just pop this up on here. And then what I'm gonna do then is I'll move the camera up and then down here, then we can start collectively working on this. So here's what I think we're gonna do. I hope I don't screw this up. But I know from removing the other bolts from the other wheels that the seal between the lip and the wheel is incredibly strong, and it has to be based on the quality or the strength of the sealant. I think what that might mean is that I can remove probably quite a few of these and not run the risk of losing any air. We'll see. Hopefully I'm not wrong. And if I am wrong, everybody's gonna see and everyone can laugh at me. But I can tell you this, these bolts are torqued very differently than the ones that I removed from the other wheels. Not every one of these is torqued the same. I can feel it just in this socket wrench. That has me a little concerned. The shop really has me stressed out. And I know it's silly to be stressed out. There are a lot of other things, a lot more things that we can be stressed out about. But this has been a really stressful experience, and it's even more stressful when I feel like these bolts are just not torqued all the same. It just, these mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are really bad lately. It's driving us all up the wall. There are a couple bolts here that I think we can remove from the spare wheel and replace these. And if need be, I can order a couple. I found a place that can do it. Or I guess I could send some of these and just have them replated, which maybe that makes more sense. I don't know. So I only removed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts. And it took just 8 bolts, and I lost air from the tire. It came out of this bolt here. So if it came out of this bolt here, I don't know if that means now I have screwed up the integrity of the sealant holding the two wheels together. I'm just experimenting and trying this on my own to see what's up. But it probably makes sense to just check everything over. I suppose I could just add air back in once I put the bolts in and then see if it holds air. But I also recognize that tires and wheels are the thing that keep us on the road safely. So I don't want to put anyone in danger nor myself in danger for this. But since I've already lost air, it probably makes sense to just go ahead and remove all the bolts now. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to keep removing the bolts here. So what I'll do is I'll time lapse here, remove the bolts, and then we'll wash the wheel, we'll decontaminate. There's a lot of crap in here. I don't know where this came from. It definitely didn't come from me. It looks like the lube that they use on the tire to mount the wheel. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove all this. I'm probably not gonna remove the valve stem here, but I think that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so the time lapse got interrupted. I don't know how or why, but a couple of subscribers, a couple friends stopped by to chat, so I got distracted. So I don't know if it showed removing all of them, so I just went ahead and removed the rest of them. I also took a small video and sent a message to the tire shop. I'm not going to name the tire shop. They're doing everything they can to make things right. It's the wheel shop that screwed all of us over. But what I'm going to do next is we're going to go ahead and get this washed, decontaminate it. We're going to start polishing. The only polishing that's going to be difficult is right around here. It is what it is. I'm not too worried about that. And then I think what we're going to do is just tape this off. But I need everyone's help here. And then as well, I'll do some Googling is to see, did I just lose pressure here through the bolts, or did I lose it somewhere else? I don't know. So I've got a lot of products here. So I've got different brushes. I've got this nicer brush. I've got a whole bunch of different things we're going to use. We're going to go ahead. Keep saying go ahead. You can tell there's some southern in there. So what I'll begin doing is, let's start with this retire. Because I think it's important to just start cleaning these tires while we're in this process. Because I don't want to have to do it later, after we do the wheels. It makes sense to just clean the tires now, and then ceramic coat, all that good stuff, polish ceramic. It doesn't make sense to do this after the fact. Let's start with, that is really strong. Actually, I think I'm gonna follow Juan's advice. If you're in Tucson, you don't know who Juan is. Juan owns Aesthetic Auto Spa. Highly recommend. I'll put a link in this channel for his website. I'm gonna put one of these on. It's what Juan said to do, and I totally agree. So what I'll do is I'm gonna kick it over to time lapse, and in this time lapse, I'll show you this whole decontamination process, the washing, everything prep-wise to start polishing. And then after we polish, then I've got cleaner to go ahead, clean all the residue. We'll make sure these are cleaned again. Everything is perfectly clean so that we can start ceramic coating. So let's kick it a time lapse. Begin the arduous but necessary process of taping the painted sections of the wheel, because I doubt I'm that precise when it comes to polishing, and I doubt a lot of us are as well. I'm probably using, actually I think I am glad that I'm using a wider piece of tape so that I just have more protection against the polishing compound, because it is a big cone-sized polisher adapter that goes to the drill, because I'm not using like a Dremel size or anything like that. So it's probably actually a good thing that I'm using bigger tape. All right. Yeah, I think this is gonna work out just fine. And I might be doing all of this for naught, because the community may say otherwise in terms of taking these wheels apart after the air escaped. I don't know. I don't know enough, and I want to learn, but I also want to show everyone, and I think this is what's important about my channel, is that anyone can do this. Anyone can work on their cars. Anyone can refurb their wheels. Anyone can do this stuff. You just have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to be a little vulnerable, and that's something a lot of us struggle with, as well as ask for help. And I'm appreciative for everyone's comments. Like I said in the last video, and it hasn't posted yet, I really do appreciate all the comments, and I have quite a few comments that I need to respond to. It was really cool. I got one yesterday from Dubai, and it was a really beautiful comment. It was on my Liquimali video. I thought that was really cool, so I can't wait to reach out to them with equally kind words, thanking them for watching my channel, because they don't have to watch my channel. Nobody has to watch my channel. The fact that people are subscribing and spending, 1,000 hours a month, because about what we're getting is 1,000 hours a month of viewing. That's bonkers to me. I never thought in a million years I would have people watching my videos and spending that kind of time. And I get so excited when I see channels like DDE and Stradman and others, and the following they have, and people are so excited to see them, and they're involved in the community, and that's what I want to do. So that's where we're headed, everyone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt the wheel up a little bit so that I can document the polishing, and then of course so you can take a look at the lips. So I think you'll be able to see I've got everything taped. It looks pretty clean. Make sure these seams match up pretty cleanly. Okay, cool. So this allowed me to really get in here and just go to town. I'm using some others. I'm almost out. So I don't know if I'll continue using this or if I'll go to Chemical Guys and get some of their polish. I don't know what. I'm trying to get it done today, and then this is from Chemical Guys as well. This is a lot of money. I think I spent like 40 bucks or something. But I know there's a lot of different kind of polishing applicators that you can buy for the drill. And then I'm using my Milwaukee, and I'm going to start investing in more Milwaukee equipment. I don't know what I was doing there with all that blue stuff, but I really like these drills and impacts. I just need to invest in bigger ones. I need some. I need a bigger impact. This is a small impact. Doesn't do a whole lot in terms of power and pounds feet, but it definitely gets the job done. I'm not at all complaining about it. So let's start with this little bit here. I'm definitely glad that I taped off the wheels. What we can do is take a look at it. We'll see if what I'm doing is actually working. So we'll keep an eye on those pieces of tape. Hopefully they stay somewhat there. And then let's kick it to time lapse. So that you guys can see where we're at. I think we're making tremendous progress here. Let's see here. I'm getting in between all of the wheel bolts. I think you can see the shine pretty decent in here. See if I can zoom in. So hold on one second, okay? So we know that we've done from this tape line approximately. So we've gone from here to there. So this quadrant right here. So pause on the polishing. I think we're making a lot of really great progress. I'll update you guys shortly on that. I found a couple little tricks and stuff like that, so I'm gonna run out to Lowe's. But before I go to Lowe's, I'm gonna see my friend Mark Herbert, exceptional tech. So you've seen him probably in a lot of videos. He's helped me out with a lot of stuff. If you're in the Tucson area, you need your import car work done, specifically German cars. He's at European Auto Tech. That's where I first took my E30, and that's where I found out that I probably should have had a PPI done first before I bought it. So that's where I got my $18,000 estimate was from them. But I developed a great friendship with Mark. He's a wealth of information, and I think it's really important for all of us YouTubers who don't have any experience working on cars to really listen to those who have all that experience. And Mark's willing to share that with me, so I'm trying to soak it in as much as I can. I probably could have gone to AutoZone and had the service engine soon light checked out. I talked about it in the prior video, so it'll post before this, but we're gonna go and run codes and see what's up. Fingers crossed, and the person holding the camera has already said it's a thermostat, nothing more than a thermostat. Maybe it's a gas cap, who knows? But there's no symptoms or anything like that that would suggest otherwise, that it's something else, knock on wood. But I'm hopeful that it's something cheap or simple, or something that I'm already gonna take care of. Yes, it could probably be a crank position sensor or cam position sensor, something like that. If it is, not the end of the world, I guess. I just don't want it to be some of the other things. So that's where we're headed. So next time you see me, we'll be running codes. So if I had the Carly, would I be able to scan, you think, with this, or do I need something more powerful?
Well, the Carly, you can scan. I don't know how deep it gets.
Okay.
But the Carly, they back.
Just be cam position sensor, fuel cap, that kind of normal E46 type stuff. We're hoping it's not starting with the letter V. Anything in that? He smiled because he knows.
Or T?
What would T's fine. If it's a thermostat, I have one.
No, for transmission.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
cool.
kind of plain.
It looks like a kid's iPad.
Yeah, well, I think they're trying to get they're trying to get bigger. It's a Chinese tool. It's topped on. It's a Chinese tool, but
it looks great.
$733, and
wow.
Yeah, the amount of stuff it can do.
Wow. Okay.
It's not just your local Pep Boy scan tool.
So guys, I haven't made it yet, so he's a master tech. He knows what's up. I'm not ready for something like that, so maybe the Carly is a good setup for me first before I go into something like that. If it can do what you're finding. Because what was it? Is it like $80, I think, or $100 for it, and then maybe a subscription that you pay each month?
I don't know if you pay a subscription each month. This thing you have to every 2 years.
Okay.
And but it updates all the time.
Sure.
So, which is, this is going against Altel.
So if I went to AutoZone, do you think they would be able to find the codes, or?
Well, you kind of, there's still inside and outside codes.
Okay. So
I don't know what they have for scan tools.
Right.
I'm not sure, but prior, all they could get is outside codes.
Okay.
The 20-pin connector on the BMWs.
Right.
If you look at the cap of the 20-pin connector, there's what looks like a little PC board. There's resistors in there because with that 20-pin connector, it comes out of the DME, goes to a 20-pin connector and then to the 16-pin.
Sure.
So you go and you plug in your 16-pin, you're only getting PO codes.
Aha.
You unplug it, you put the factory tool into the 20-pin, you're getting inside, outside codes.
Got it, that makes sense.
This tool just picked up every single...
Whoa.
This is all your control units, this is all your buses. That's what I like about this.
Wow.
Because you take a car and you don't know exactly what the topography is.
Right.
And you hook this up, and there's no like $10,000 scan tool that would do this right now.
Wow. That is fascinating. Are you able to see, Jane? Look at that.
Have to blur up top, Tom?
Yeah, we'll blur out whatever you need blurred.
I don't care. But now we're going to do a smart scan. And it's going to pick up codes. You got 4 codes in the engine control. They call it the ECM.
So we know one was probably the thermostat?
You got 2 in your air conditioning.
So in the AC,
yeah.
Are they simple?
I don't know.
I hope. Fingers crossed. I mean, if it's not, I can still take care of it, but I can't buy a carbon fiber airbox if this thing's throwing codes all the time.
It's a BMW. It's going to throw codes all the time.
Jen was like, BMW, what does that stand for? I was like, Jen, there's so many,
Yes.
so many acronyms.
I like the little spanky one.
Break my
Cash out.
wallet. Yeah, like. George's E30 was for sure breaking the wallet for a while. But this car, knock on wood, has been okay.
Where? Yeah, you better find
Let me
some.
knock on some wood right here.
Your
Right now
suction
we're
jet
just
pump again.
What's that?
Your suction jet pump again.
That's weird. That was the thing up here.
Was it ever cleared?
Yeah, we. Well, did we clear it? We may have just plugged it back in. I don't think we did clear it actually.
That's what it is.
I think we just we saw the
Oh,
code
no.
and then we plugged it back in. Oh. Oh no, it's not
For
good.
your AUC sensor,
Uh-huh.
setting the code. That's that stupid box on the radiator shroud.
What does that do?
That's the smog sensor. That's
Oh,
this free climate control.
is that is it this?
No, that's your secondary air pump. No, this guy right here. You see, it's getting air, and you're behind a truck, and it's rolling coal or whatever. It's going to close off.
I
your-
got you. So it's
your
not the
fresh
end
air
of the
flow.
world, that one. That's
No,
just a
they always
convenience.
say. They always say.
Okay, so that's not the end of the world.
You on your climate control,
Uh-huh.
you got an A button,
Right.
and there's two different versions of it. You can push it once or twice.
Uh-huh.
That's that. Either automatic, and that's operating,
Sure.
or you close off, you recirc completely.
Recirc. Okay, got it. So that does the recirculating.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad. And then this was the suction jet pump, right?
Well, that is a suction jet pump.
So last time, I think when
was unplugged.
we was unplugged, so we plugged it back in. I don't know that we cleared the code
Okay.
because I'd already used enough of your time, and I was like, who cares? Because we knew we would be running codes again at some point.
Yeah, DME valve suction jet pump. Engine temperature, implausible.
Okay, so thermostat.
DME driver fuel pump relay. Didn't see the fuel pump relay. Did you ever take it out?
No.
Okay.
So is that under here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then their DMTL pump.
What's that? I know
That's something that fails all the time on these cars. It's your evap. It's to make sure that you're not leaking hydrocarbons from your gas tank. Make
Is
sure
it
you're
here?
No. It's in the back of the car.
Oh, is it under the seat?
There's a purge valve under here that'll purge your charcoal canister, but that whole system has to be sealed.
Okay.
Your gas tank has to be sealed, all that stuff. It's
Sure.
not like years ago where it would just vent to the atmosphere. And
So it's not a gas cap, it's
majority of the times, no.
okay. Let's try, guys.
Again, this is it's topped on. It's not ISTA.
But there's nothing severe, nothing that like
Oh hell no.
All right. I like that. I love Mark. He's great.
You need a thermostat. DMTL pump.
Okay, so thermostat's going to get replaced in the next couple
I've
weeks.
done probably like 200 DMTL pumps.
Is it worth dealing with now?
DMTL pump?
Yeah.
It's just going to keep on going off. It's a stupid little pump that sits there and it actually creates pressure in your fuel tank.
Ooh.
And then it sits there. And basically what it does is a little pressure sensor. So when you got a certain amount of pressure in the fuel tank between, and the fuel has to be between 3/4 of a tank and 1/4 of a tank, it will sit there and pump, raise the pressure. As long as it maintains that pressure, life is good. If it doesn't maintain that pressure, it says fault good.
Got it.
You have a leak.
Okay, got it.
A,
So
a DMTL is
DMT.
it's a pressure.
Okay, I'll look and see how much they cost. So we're gonna close out the video here. I don't know what that mark is. We're gonna close out the video. I realize I didn't show everything, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post this video. If all of you want to see me take all these wheels apart and rebuild them, comment below. It's most likely what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna flip the camera around. I'm going to show you what the one wheel looks like, but before I do that, hit that subscribe button. We're making progress on this channel, so hit that subscribe button. If you have any comments, drop in the comment section. If you want to see videos of me taking the wheels apart and rebuilding them, let me know. And hit that like button, guys. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'll show you what's up. All right, so that's the stock E30 wheel, which is great. It's actually a really good looking wheel. And then let's hop over here and boom, look at that. That looks stunning. The paint looks great. The polishing's all done. Let's pull back out here. There we go. So that's the difference right there. And of course, those are even wider, so it fills out that gap quite nicely. Yeah, unfortunately, the E30 has become a workbench of sorts, and it needs a full paint job, so it's not the end of the world, but that looks awesome.